Man, I'm tired of crop dusting already. Let's just play some video games. Crop dusting's for narcs and losers anyway. Hello! Welcome to a winter break stream. It's I, your favorite winter break player, John Video Games, The Voltage in the House, among others. We're gonna play some Mystery Dungeon, the Mystery Dungeon without the Pokemon, also known as Fushigi no Dungeon, Furai no Shiren 2 Oni, what's it? Hello? Can I spell? Fushigi no Dungeon 2 Furai no Shiren, 2 Oni Shurai Shirenjo, or, Shiren 2 Oni Invasion Shiren Castle. In case it wasn't, like, exceptionally obvious, I do happen to like them Mystery Dungeon games a whole bunch. And, just let me know if the video or the audio is fucked. This is mainly, your local poster, deciding that he wanted to, play a video game, and, if you can believe it, didn't want to navigate the social skills of talking with people, so he's talking to people. There's a difference. And that's okay. Like, it's a little bit of antisocial nature in itself, but like, I just want to play some video games, and I have a complex where I need to share everything I do, because I was born in 1998, and my generation only knows how to do things when it's in front of a camera. So, with that in mind, let's play some Shiren. This is Shiren 2, Fushigi no Dungeon, Furai no Shiren 2. It released on the Nintendo 64. Oh, shit. I'm gonna need to change my controls. Let's see here. Button key, remap. We're gonna press this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that, and then we want this to be... Nope. Hold on. And then we want to do this to be that, and this to be that. Okay. So this is a game that released on the Nintendo 64 only in Japan. It's one of them Shiren games. The Mystery Dungeon sans the Pokemon. Sans the Pokemon. That's a funny idea. But you can see, you know, if you've played Red Rescue Team or any of these other games, you get it, Bob. You get it. If you've played Red Rescue Team, a lot of this is going to look really familiar. You can see I've played a couple rounds. I fell once. Sans the Pokemon, he's an Ice Psychic type with Wonder Guard. I think Sans the Pokemon would be like Ghost Ice, you know? I could even see Ghost Dark with Wonder Guard. I think that'd be funny. It's one of them House of Necrosis likes. Exactly. So, the thing about this is that it's a fan translation, right? So, the patch kind of fucks the in-game time. So, like, unfortunately, I cannot give you an accurate, playtime reference. But I can tell you that, woo! In case you were curious as to, you know, just what this game is. This is, Shiren 2. I've played enough of it to sort of get a feel for it, and I like it. I like it as a game. Essentially, you know, it plays a lot like the original Shiren the Wanderer, and if you've played the DS version of Shiren, then, you should be pretty familiar with how this works. So, why is it a hallmark of this genre that area names have to be written in Comic Sans? It's because of Chunsoft, okay? Chunsoft is the one that literally made all of these. It's really funny. The fucking company that made Dragon Quest went on to make Shiren the Wanderer and then also Pokemon. So you have these things. You have pots. You have things. It's gonna be easier to explain it when we're like in a dungeon. But, like, you have Otogiri so you know it's made by Chunsoft. I'm gonna do myself a favor and move this over here, so that if I do want to use this footage later, I can crop it, and it's really nice. I can just do that, and that'll work for me. You know, it's a video game. It's a video game made by Chunsoft, and Chunsoft's fingerprints are all over this if you know where to look. I wrote down so I knew what I was doing next. Let's see here. Last I played this, okay. I made it to the top of the run, so now I just need to get more materials. So essentially, no, I don't want to discard that. So essentially what you're trying to do is you are trying to build your castle. And right now, this is my castle. It's pretty basic and limited, but it goes on and it's fine. You basically have to go through the dungeons to find materials to build your castle. This guy's new. Okay. So you'll have to forgive me. I don't know much about this game beyond like the first few loops, so I'm playing it for me. It's not a Let's Play. It's not a Let's Play. Northern Rock of the Waterfall Basin. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I've gotten into the habit of writing down a lot of stuff when I play. I find that it's an effective way to keep me engaged. Northern Rock of the Waterfall Basin. Okay. Insert ancient manuscripts. And, like, I'm gonna be real. Ever since I've stopped open. Okay, come on. Open. Search for the Golden Road. Alright, there we go. Jesus Lord, how is there more? It is here. Okay, is there any more? Okay, no, there's not. Is this the other half of the manuscript? Oh, shit. Well, there you go. Land of Na, Northern Rock of the Waterfall Basin, invitation, insert ancient manuscript, waterfall open, search for the Golden Road, Oni clan's treasure, it is here. Okay, so I gotta reread that again just because, here's my castle, by the way. Yeah, so essentially I need to find the waterfall basin and I need to read stuff and I'm doing all that good stuff. So they give you a reason to go through the dungeons over and over. Why did I stop streaming? That's a good question. I'd be happy to answer it. Give me 1 second to reply to one thing really fast and then I'd be happy to answer that. I'd be happy to answer that. Okay, so I mainly stopped streaming because it just wasn't very fun for me in the way that, like, streaming used to be. And I think that this is ultimately a very healthy thing for me. Let me explain why, too. It's a very healthy thing for me. I learned how to enjoy myself without generally being in front of other people. It was the case where I felt like a lot of my enjoyment from the streaming side of things was doing stuff with my friends, right? And I never wanted my streaming to replace being friends with people. You know what I mean? It sort of felt a little fake when I would stream and, like, use that as the only way I would hang out with people. And to me, that's just not a very, like, meaningful way to do friendship, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that it gotten to a point where it was kind of a routine, and it was a case where I found myself doing stuff because I felt like I had to have a sense of continuity, because if I wanted to retain viewers, I had to play in a way that was, maybe not in line with what I actually wanted to do. And so there was a mismatch there as well, where like I want to play stuff that's just like to my interest, and that may shift on a regular basis. And it got to the point where like eventually there was sort of an imbalance, and you know, this is really good for playing long games, but like if I didn't want to play that long game anymore, I felt like I couldn't just drop it. And that's a me thing personally. But I felt like without giving myself an opportunity to play games outside of this regimented thing, I would not be able to find the appreciation of playing through long video games for no other reason than because I want to. I know that that sounds a little esoteric, but it comes back to the idea of I want to do things because I want to do them for myself, not because I feel like I owe any kind of audience that. And I know that that sounds like, dude, it's streaming, come on. But at the same time, it became a part of my daily life that I just couldn't balance anymore in a way that led to a feeling of satisfaction in streaming. There's nothing wrong with streaming. I do enjoy streaming from time to time, but to do so on a regular basis would not necessarily be healthy in the way that it once was. Because when I started streaming regularly, I was living by myself. I was not in grad school. I was, you know, someone who was using it as an opportunity to connect with people beyond my daily life, you know? And by the end of that, when the time came where, like, I just didn't have the time for things anymore in the way that I once did, like... Hello? Oh, I got one more item. When it came down to it, I just didn't have... My life had changed. And there's nothing wrong with reevaluating these things of, like, what you do in life if your life changes. It's not necessarily that, like... It's not that I stopped liking this, what I do. It was more of the... It stopped being the same thing of what I was doing before. I am a different person right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'm very excited that I am a different person from who I was 5 years ago. Which, by the way, can you believe that it's been 5 years? I certainly can't. I'm gonna be defending my PhD in under 8 months. Hopefully. So that's a little ridiculous. Nagamaki. Okay, that'll work. So, you know, there's a level of things that I'm doing. Why the hell am I streaming? Because I'm on winter break. I'm straight up on a self-imposed winter break. And my advisor says too, like, you're on winter break. You probably shouldn't do any work unless it's absolutely necessary until January 5th. And that's what I'm doing. So here I am. I'm playing Shiren too. I'm having a good time with it, I gotta say. So yeah, long way of saying grad school has a funny way of making things be a little difficult, if you can believe that. Let me know, by the way, if there's any, like, frame rate stuttering in this stream or whatever. I haven't streamed in a bit and I haven't changed anything. I'm just trying to be healthier, you know? Like, I'm trying to respect my interests, my hobbies, and do things because I want to do them, not because I feel like I owe anyone anything, you know? So that's kind of the vibes, and like, you know, I told you again, like, if you're subbed to me, like, please don't feel like you need to be subbed to me. I'm not going to be doing this on a regular basis. Spend your money elsewhere. Obviously I appreciate it, but it's not like you are getting the same level of video, art, streams, live broadcast, video that you would once get. So just keep that in mind as you consider 2026. But yeah, so I think it's been a really healthy decision for me. I've been able to do a lot more things that I enjoy. I've been able to try a lot of new stuff too. I don't think I would have played this on stream otherwise, so it's been pretty fun. In case it wasn't obvious, like, yeah, this is Mystery Dungeon. If you've played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you'll see some similarities. If you've played, you know, Shiren the Wanderer on the DS, it's the same kind of thing. It's just, they took the SNES version of this game, and they were like, let's put this on the Nintendo 64. So it's a little bigger, it's a little more fun. I enjoy it. Excuse me. It is, what they call in the business spiritual training. I happen to really like that idea of it. So that's good water. That's one of the materials that we're looking for to build our castle, right? So I'm going to insert this good water into this pot. Oh, materials can't go in there, that's right. So pots are like extra inventory spaces, and they're kind of fun because you can like just insert anything in there except for these things. So I'm just going to put all my warp grasses into this pot, so now I have a bunch of warp grasses. And I can use them to teleport if I'm in a pinch. Similarly, I have dragon grasses, some heals, some purify scrolls, and I have plenty of storage space. And that's going to be very useful for when I decide that I want to use them. So I'm going to put like my healing items and my food in there. In general, it's good to put stuff in pots if you can. Hey, Sigma, how's it going? I'm playing Mystery Dungeon, and I like Mystery Dungeon. When I was playing Red Rescue Team for the first time, I didn't realize you could change the direction you were facing without moving in that direction. Yeah, that's one of those things that they really don't teach you. You have to read the manual to know that. And that's not something that, like, you know, for as much as I give credit to Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team for teaching you how to play, it really doesn't teach you a lot of the extra movement details that these Shiren games really do. For example, and this is something that I think is really interesting to talk about in its in the design of Red Rescue Team. Red Rescue Team is really good at teaching Mystery Dungeon. Oh fuck, that's bad. I'll explain why in just a sec. Red Rescue Team is really good at teaching Mystery Dungeon players how to play Pokemon, but it's not necessarily amazing at teaching Pokemon players how to play Mystery Dungeon. But that doesn't really matter because you're going to learn how to play it anyway, as you play the game. And I think that that is an interesting way to go about things. If I could find another pot, that'd be cool. The thing is that these Shiren games are a lot more Mystery Dungeon movement-based. You have to be a lot more strategic in your movement. You have to be a lot more careful with how you move. Fuck, okay. That's annoying. But you can see, like, if you've played Red Rescue Team, you can kind of tell immediately all of these things eventually make their way there. And I think it's really neat to see that. Yeah, Sigma, I hope your car's doing okay. Good wood, good wood. So the thing about Red Rescue Team then is that it's very obviously Chunsoft, right? Like, Chunsoft made Red Rescue Team. And they made it with the intention of carrying over as much as possible from these shiren mystery dungeon games into that, but they had to thread the needle of, well, how do you make Pokemon work here? And what you get is something really new that I think is very, very impressive, given everything that Red Rescue Team kind of is. There's a lot of things that Red Rescue Team does that I think is kind of stupid, the more I look at it. But, like, at the same time, ooh, hello? Oh, shit, that's really good. Okay, that's really good, actually. I'll explain why in a little bit. Strip trap. So, I have my gear and everything, and that's good and everything. Yeah, so Red Rescue Team's a good game, in the sense that it's really good at making you learn how to play Mystery Dungeon, as a Pokemon fan, to some degree. It's not the best at that. But what I think is, again, really interesting is that they managed to make, Red Rescue Team, excuse me, if I can talk. Red Rescue Team is really good at teaching Mystery Dungeon players how to play Pokemon, or the mechanics of Pokemon, but it's not great at teaching you the best movement through the game, that Mystery Dungeon can have. And they sort of expect you to learn that over the course of playing Mystery Dungeon, the story mode. And I think that that's something that is very subtle about Red Rescue Team, is that they teach you how to really actually play Mystery Dungeon. Okay. By just, like, going through the primary mode of play, so that when you get to the post-game, you know how to actually play Mystery Dungeon. Because the post-game is basically what this game is. To put it very simply, if you've only played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the Shiren games are like if you're playing Purity Forest, but Purity Forest is only 20 floors. Or like if you're navigating Wish Cave, and you have to get to floor 20. So here we have a checkpoint. I can upgrade some weapons if I want. I can get some stuff out of my... I would like to get these out of here, but I think I have to do that by throwing it, which is not ideal. If I could save that, that would be good, but I don't think I'm going to, so... Okay, we'll just move on. We'll save it for now. So, I could upgrade my katana if I want. I'm gonna do so because I'm gonna hone my weapon, just make it continuously stronger, and we'll go from there. The thing about the Shiren games, then, is because you restart at level 1 on every run, the thing that progresses in this game... Oh, shit! Nice! Very good. The thing that changes is your items. The way that you navigate is by getting continuous item upgrades, not necessarily level or player upgrades, right? Like, Shiren does not get stronger. His items do, you know? And so what you're left with is the continuous challenge and struggle of resource management. And how do I make sure that in this game, it's really interesting because the big debate that I constantly face as I play is, how do I make sure that I carry all my items to the end of the game or to the end of the run? So here I'm at a dilemma. If I want to, I could take the easy path and guarantee that I get to the top of the mountain no problem. But if I'm on a good run, I could take the harder path into the Shootin' Trail middle. So I think that there's an interesting level of continuous choice that forces me to think about how it is that I go through the game in every loop of the game. So that's pretty fun. And you can see how, if you've played House of Necrosis, it's the same basic idea. Now I will say, Pokemon does it differently. I'm drinking water, bear with me. Bear with me. I got pinged for an everyone post your favorites on Letterboxd, and mine are Castle in the Sky, The History of the Minnesota Vikings by John Boyce, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and Coraline. So I gotta fucking expand my tastes a bit, but whatever. I'm a weird head, so it's fine. But yeah, you can get the idea that it's, yeah, exactly, Wong Long Gaming. It's kind of like Fire Emblem resource management wise, but I would argue it's actually a lot more of like, how long can you go before you need to tap out? Or like, where do you think, how well do you think you know your own strength? And that, to me, is a really fun, continuous challenge in a game, because you're continuously asking, like, do I think I can handle this threat? And with your items, you can do it such that you are able to give yourself a lot of opportunities going into harder challenges to start, and then you could take an easy out. Or you could do what I'm doing, where I'm trying to go on the entire... Oh, fuck. Okay, good. I hate those fucking cart boys so much. Oh, you are a pain in the ass. Okay, this is where the game starts to get interesting, because these guys have double speed. In Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I would argue that speed is annoying, but not, like, a tier of, like, high preparation. Ooh, that's really good. Perfect wood. In shiren games, every single turn of movement matters in a grand capacity. If you have 2 turns, you are doing so much more relative to if you only have 1 turn. And it's at the stage where, like, you'd be a fool if you don't have any items that increase your speed or allow you to buy turns. I call it the turn economy, as it were. I'm sure other people probably call it very similarly, because you end up having to choose exactly how you want to move at all times. And you never, ever want to die with a full inventory, for a number of reasons. For one, a full inventory implies that you did not use all of the tools in your inventory to survive, right? So, like, right now, I could, what's this guy? It's moving at single speed. Okay, I can handle this dude by shooting some arrows and being okay. Okay, so I'm at the stage where I would consider healing normally. Okay, this is good. This is good. So now I'm back at full, so I'm good with this. This fucking jackass has 2 turns, right? So at this distance, he will move and hit me. So my best move is to peek in here and swing a fire staff, because then it's going to take 2 hits and die. At this point, I have enough stuff where I would like to just get to the summit, I think. And Otogiriso is going to heal me in full, which is quite useful. A Taishodon. Okay. Is speed boost split into movement speed, like attack speed, like Mystery Dungeon games, or double speed for attacking and moving? Speed is, like, you get 2 turns. So you just get a second action at all times. Like, the best way to describe it is, in our interactions, I take a turn, then the opponent takes a turn. When you have higher speed, you have I take an attack, and then the opponent takes 2 attacks. And that is, like, essentially doing double damage. So, naturally, you want to have a way to handle that when possible. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, speed gives you a second turn, essentially. Or a third turn. In some games, they moved it. In some later PMD games, they nerfed the double speed into attack speed buff and movement speed buff. Attack speed gets you double attacks, and movement speed gets you double moves. Yeah, that was in Gates, right? That was either in Gates or Super. I remember, like, being weirded out that you could just, like, attack multiple times in those. I think that's Gates. Yeah. I think Gates is fine. For everything I like about Gates, there's a thing I don't like about Gates. To the point where, like, I made a whole ass video on it back in the day. It was not a great video, and it was very hastily made, but, you know, like, sometimes you just make stuff to make it, right? Let's not be stupid here. Let's not be stupid here. Yeah, so I think Gates is fine. I think it's probably my least favorite of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games that I've played. I have not played the WiiWare ones, but like I don't feel the need to play them on the grounds of they don't look that compelling. Gates to Infinity, in my opinion, is a little lame in its in the shit. I didn't mean to do that. I could talk about Gates if you want me to talk about Gates, but I think Gates ultimately really struggles from the fact that they wanted it to be a game that could appeal to a lot of people all at once. The worst thing about Gates is the starter choices. I'd go even further and say the worst part about Gates is the fact that, like, Gates' limited Pokemon options, or like the amount of Pokemon that are in the game, actively makes it worse, in my opinion, because I know what they're trying to do with Gates. The limited selection of Pokemon in Gates means that they can design dungeons with more, like, intentional challenges in mind. The problem is that these challenges get really fucking annoying really fast, and they're not fun to play against. And so you're left with dungeons that all look the same. Dungeons that have annoying visibility, and dungeons that are just not fun to play on a room-to-room basis, which is not a good thing for a Mystery Dungeon game, if I can just say. Like, Gates' camera is so zoomed in that it's like, you'll see when it zooms in here, you'll see that's just how Gates' camera is by default. And that, to me, is just, like, a terrible decision. Yeah, like, right like that. This is how zoomed in Gates' camera feels at times. Yeah. So that's why also I position myself in that way. These guys can knock your equipment off, and if it's over a valley, it just falls into the abyss and you lose it. So this is why I find the Shiren games really compelling from a gameplay perspective, because not only do you have to worry about, like, navigating the combat encounters in terms of, like, how you spend your turns, you also really have to care about where you're standing. And, like, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, you just don't have to do that. And Pokemon Mystery Dungeon then offers a much more casual experience, because what they were trying to do, this is my second hypothesis, is that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon came out in the period of time between the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo DS, where essentially Pokemon games were starting to be developed for the Game Boy Advance, or excuse me, for the Nintendo DS, but the main series had not been formally released on the Nintendo DS yet. And so what they were doing is they were making games to sort of hold people's attention. In particular, there is one director from the whole, like, the Pokemon franchise, the Pokemon company, who just straight up made 3 Pokemon, or directed 3 different Pokemon games, all for the Nintendo DS, that all have essentially endless modes to them. Oh, fuck, I gotta fight these guys again? Oh, this sucks. Okay, this actually sucks a lot. I didn't realize I'd have to fight them. Okay, so these dudes can use items against me. I'm gonna eat this. Nice. Okay, that's good. This is really good, actually. So you can see, essentially, this is what a boss fight is in this game, compared to, like, some of the boss fights in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. You just, like, are in an arena, and you're doing it that way, as opposed to, like, you have to move around this area to have a better shot at, winning the fight. Okay, I think I've killed everyone, so I should be good here. Let's put our stuff away. And so, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting really shiren pilled. I'm getting real shiren pilled, everyone. I think that there's a lot more depth to the Shiren Mystery Dungeon games that most Pokemon Mystery Dungeon fans will never experience in a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game that really makes it feel a lot more hardcore in the way that it works. That's not to say Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is a bad game. I think Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But I will say that there comes a level of, like, design simplicity that is only really, Northern Walk of the Waterfall. I think it's up here. There comes a level of simplicity that Shiren doesn't have compared to Pokemon. Alright, let's go there. So, we're at the summit now. I'm gonna deposit my items and my money. This is the summit, so every time you clear a run, you get up to here, and you can hear Koichi Sugiyama's music. What's he gonna say? They are... Yeah, I don't know what those are. I'm sure they're gonna tell me. This place looks really cool. Yeah. It's a fun, like, thing. I will say that a lot of this is very much like just, let's bring the SNES game to the N64. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Let me make that very clear. Not a bad thing. So this is the other really interesting thing, is that the entire bank is at the top of the thing. So at the end, you're only able to access stuff at the end of the run, as opposed to the start of the run, which I think is such a fascinating balance that really lends itself to being considered interestingly. Anyway, to go back, the Mystery Dungeons, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games came out at a time between the Game Boy Advance and the DS, where the Game Boy Advance was on the out, the DS was on the in, but Diamond and Pearl hadn't been made yet. So Kunimi Kuwara from the Pokemon Company made 3 Pokemon spin-off games that are essentially endless little games. They're Pokemon Dash, Pokemon Trozei, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And in all 3, you have a gameplay loop. Ooh, I should do that. You have a gameplay loop that is intrinsically endless, or procedurally generated, or otherwise arcade-like. Okay. And the whole point of that is to hold people over until Diamond and Pearl. And I feel really good about saying that too, because in each of them, there are cameos of Pokemon from the 4th generation. Like, they're trying to get people to, like, say, hey, look, we have the DS, we're gonna do the DS, we have the DS, you trust me. And it lends itself to a interesting purgatory where, like, in the same way that there are people out there who think, like, Smash Bros. Melee is is kind of a Gen 3 game, it's actually a Gen 2 game because there's no Hoenn stuff in that. And then Coliseum and XD are Gen 3 on the GameCube, you know? And you sort of have, like, the N64 you think is Gen 2, but it's really Gen 1 and Gen 2. It's a weird space for a handheld to be. So, you know, it's just a fun context to really have to these games. And so the fact that they made Pokemon into Mystery Dungeon, a game that's about procedural maze solving, is really cool. More so than I think any Pokemon Mystery Dungeon fan would ever realize, because it's the funny case of, hey look, Dragon Quest did it first, and then Pokemon does it. Like, it's another example of that, and I think that that's really funny. If you like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I would encourage you to try a Shiren game. You will not do a personality test. You will not be kin assigned, but you will get to, like, play more complex versions or like a variation of what you've previously experienced. And I think that that's really fun. Try new shit. I think in 2026, have the resolution to not necessarily finish more games, but to try more games. I think that's where mine is. I've finished 45 games this year. Ooh, that's fun. I've finished 45 games this year. Some are, some of them are Flash games. Others are, like, full-fledged RPGs. Among those RPGs, I beat Dragon Quest III, I beat Final Fantasy IV, Terranigma. Oh, 46, actually, not 45, 46. I just beat Terranigma recently. So I've had my fair share of stuff I beat this year, but, like, let's try some new shit, you know? Let's try it out. Let's try it out. All right. So that's the gameplay loop. Is essentially you go through 13 floors of dungeons, collect items, build your castle. And then from the Presto Pot, I would like to remove Beetle Shield -1. What do you mean? Oh, it's cursed. Interesting. All right, well, I'll hang that up then for the sake of that. So in the game too, you have a wall where you can display items to demonstrate, like, that you got them in the first place, right? It's kind of like I'm so good, I did this. Okay, what is a Razor Wind? Oh! Oh! That's useful. I like that. I'm gonna deposit my katana for that. What other stuff can I, oh shit, I didn't deposit my Goodwood. Oh, that's a mistake. I fucked up. I should have taken that out. So, naturally, just item management is just a huge part of this game. It's a tremendous part of this game that, like, just takes time. So it's not necessarily a stream-friendly game at times, you know? It's very much today I'm going to play a game and I'm going to menu, and the primary gameplay component is menuing. But that's okay. That is okay with me. I'm gonna put away this Presto Pot, and I'm gonna put away the Identify Pot. Yeah, I think that's good. You can't store pots with items in them. That's a big thing. I'm gonna put away that Purify scroll too. Okay. What do you do? Oh, please have a listen to what I have to say. No thanks. What? You won't listen? You won't listen? How mean! Yeah. So if we look at the view, you can see which weapons I've put away here. I've put away a Nagamaki, and I've put away a club. So it's sort of like I'm so good, I don't need this, you know? And I think that that's a really fun way of like demonstrating stuff. So here's my blast shield. My beetle shield. Oh yeah, that was the cursed one that I put in there. I was like, I put away a beetle shield? That's a good shield. But I'm good actually. So this is a mystery dungeon, and it's fun. I still haven't quite figured out the value of talking to everyone besides like getting information, right? But that's okay. You're expected to just sort of hang out. This is a very hang-outitude game. It's a very handy hanging out game. So I'm enjoying it. I like this game a good, healthy amount. One loop's about 45 minutes, so it's a good length of time for the sake of playing, right? And then this is your ultimate goal. So I'm looking for a waterfall. We'll find a waterfall. I think there's one on that waterfall path that I just like didn't investigate very hard. But as you can see, like, the whole goal is you really want to talk to everyone to make sure that there is information, which I just think is really useful and quite fun. That's Oni Island. You ever play that, you ever play that one video game that's, Okami, I think it's called? Yeah, it's a little something like that. It's a little something like that. Little something like that. So anyway, chat, how have you been? How's your 2025 wrapping up? I know it's not over yet, so don't feel like you need to put any like definitive statements on it, because a lot can happen in the next 50 hours. But any cool end of year statements, thoughts, ideas, goals for next year? I got a couple. I mentioned one. You know, try more games as opposed to finish them. Pick out the quality stuff. I'm like, play games I'm interested in, not necessarily ones that people think I should play. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with playing the stuff that I should play, but, like, you know, I still haven't played Expedition 33, and I feel okay about that. Because I'm not all that interested in it right now. I'm just not so thrilled about the notion of playing a game like that right now. And that's nothing against it, but like, it's just not what's calling to me right now, right? Like, I'm enjoying my little Shiren the Wanderer mystery dungeon shit, you know? And to me, that's way more valuable, interesting, impactful than playing a game that modern media says I should play. Nothing that there's nothing wrong with mainstream stuff. It's just that, like, mainstream stuff should not always appeal. General appeal means that you're getting a generalized appealed experience in the way that can sometimes, like, appeal to many, but not necessarily to me. You know? Like, I'm not always the many. I like this game. It's a fan translation. That's right. Single-use phrases. I like shiren. I think shiren's really fun. And I would only have that... I only have this from... Oh, duh. Lol, LMAO. Okay. That was what I was supposed to do. There's a waterfall right there. I only got this because I was curious about the games I liked a lot already. Oh, I don't want to do that just yet. I want to go one more easy run to upgrade some of my weapons. I'm going to take the easy path. I don't mind. Nope, that's not the easy path. So like, I was just trying it out, and I'm like, okay, let's play Shiren the Wanderer for the DS, and I really enjoyed that. So I am now playing this one, and so far I'm enjoying it greatly. Now, chat, have you heard of Izuna, the Legend of the Unemployed Ninja? Because that is a game that is like Atlas's knockoff Mystery Dungeon, and it's very funny. If you're looking for another kind of Mystery Dungeon, why, I think you could probably get a pretty fun time out of that game. What I like about that game, that not even this game appears to do, is that game makes its boss fights take place on floors. And if you've played House of Necrosis does that as well. I would suggest that House of Necrosis like directly lifts that from Izuna, Legend of the Unemployed Ninja. And I don't think I'm wrong about this, because the solo dev Warkus lists Shiren and Izuna as like the style of Mystery Dungeon to expect from House of Necrosis rather than the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon style. And it's at this point where like there are just two different styles at play. Which is really cool, if I may say. Speaking as someone who's spent the last, like, almost last whole year just looking at Mystery Dungeon games and playing them a little bit. They're fun. They're fun. I think I'm the type of person who is generally satisfied with the gameplay being solve a maze forever. You know? That's rude. I should probably equip my shield. That might be a smart thing to do. Okay. So you get an idea of, like, how things work and, you know, my personal preferences. And, like, the way that I like to describe my preference for games are games that wait for me to act. So, in games, there's a meme, right? There's a meme of, like, the Calvin and Hobbes dad talking about how there's actually only two types of games, menus and parkour. I would argue that you could reduce that even further to the decision-making you make most of the time in games. And it's an active or passive, or active or delayed decision-making. Because the best way that I can describe this right now is I have... it's like static and dynamic decision-making. This is static decision-making. I will not move until... the game will not move until I do. It is static how I make my decisions. I can pause, I can think, and then I can act. Static decision-making is essentially chess without a timer. Dynamic decision-making is chess with a timer. And that involves a lot of different things. It involves, specifically, when you're making your decisions while you play, now you are, like, actively, you are making an active movement in time. Essentially, time holds still and time does not hold still. So for as much as you want to say that Final Fantasy is a menu game, it's actually just as much of a active game as it is a passive game because of its active time battle system. And so that's where I think that you can make the argument that instead of calling a game menu or parkour like a binary, you could make a static versus dynamic option, because now what you're doing is you're acting in a static mode or dynamic mode, which in turn means that you could technically quantify this in terms of, like, what's the ratio of decision-making styles? How many passive or active choices are you making relative to your excuse me, I need to get my terminology right. How many static decisions are you making versus how many dynamic decisions are you making? And if you're making more dynamic decisions than passive, or static decisions, good lord, not passive, there's a difference. If you're making more static decisions than dynamic decisions, I would call that more of a static-based game. Whereas, like, a dynamic game, let's put it this way. The Legend of Zelda is a dynamic action game. A dynamic decision game. Because you are constantly moving, the world moves without you, or your input. Right? Most action games are dynamic decision-making. This is not true. The other end of the spectrum is like Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is Dragon Quest 3 in particular is a mostly, almost entirely static decision-making game. The only thing that says, like, actually no, it's not, is that you have the overworld time that progresses without you doing anything now. So you have one more little thing that acts without you. And so that can imply how you move. But, like, that's very minimal, right? Anyway, all that's to say, this is very much an entirely static decision-making game because no matter what, you could stay on this screen forever and nothing would happen. In that way, like, the game is waiting for the player to act. It's a player input game. It's a player action versus reaction, but I don't think that terminology is really that good for this thing because, like, any action can technically be an action or a reaction. Hello, Frog50. How are you? Yeah, so essentially, static decision-making versus dynamic decision-making, I think, is the best way to describe it. And I like these static ones. I think that they allow me to be able to play games how I want to play them. Putt Souls doesn't have a pause. How are you, Frog? Nice. Nice. So, like, every Mystery Dungeon game is a static decision-making decision game. Final Fantasy is you could argue it's half static if it has an active turn-based battle system. Valkyria Chronicles is a great blend of both. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's where, like, the ratio is, like, almost 1-to-1. I really ought to, like... I played about a half hour of that game, and that's not enough to know, like, if you click with a game or not. So I do think Valkyria Chronicles is one I would love to come back to, especially because one of my... Oh, sorry, 1 second. Got a DM from a friend, which was a funny experience. Yeah, I want to play more PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox 360 generation games in next year because they are such a blind spot for me that, like, you know, I really owe it to myself to try them even if they're not initially to my preference. So I would assume. And Valkyria Chronicles is, like, just one of those really interesting games. And that's why I do think that the static versus dynamic decision-making mode is really the best way to describe it, because it's something that you can do a soft quantification on, which in turn allows you to then, like, plot it relative to other things rather than make it a binary. It's like a discrete spectrum. It's not a continuous spectrum, because it's made out of rationals. But never you mind that. Let's not worry about that right now. What I only mean to say is that, like, Valkyria Chronicles would fit at a 1 value, where, like, closer, a larger number is essentially in one direction versus a smaller number is on another. And you would do it on, like, a ratio basis, so you'd probably do it, like, logarithmic scale. Good lord, I need to stop talking about this. This is not interesting to anyone but me. And you would have this case where... What am I eating? I'm gonna eat this. So you could make it where, like, Mystery Dungeon is effectively a... Oh, fuck you! We gotta get that back. This whole area actually feels very much like the third zone in House of Necrosis, now that I think about it. Very fun. That is exactly how they work in House of Necrosis, too. They steal your items and then end up on a different spot of the floor, and you have to find them. And they run away from you when they have stuff. Very much like the third zone of House of Necrosis. Cool. I like to see that. I think that that's another mark for House of Necrosis. Maybe it's not a ratio that you quantify. Because I guess you would have stuff that, like, if you have a truly entirely passive decision-making, the only thing that you're playing against would be, like, the battery of your console or your own limited time on Earth. So I think maybe instead of a ratio, it's just like a... Well, like, how else would you compare it? It's gotta be a ratio. Sorry, this is me thinking out a system out loud. A truly static or a truly dynamic system, I guess you would have, like, infinitesimally small or infinitely large, and everything else would be, like, whatever. Sure, let's do that. I think that sounds fine. But yeah, all that is to say, this is like an infinitely large or infinitesimally small in terms of its ratio of a static versus dynamic decision making. Thanks for that little fucking TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. I will not be giving a lecture on this at, like, MagFest or anything. But, boy, it sure would be fun. Maybe I'll write, like, just a fucking article on that. The folly of quantifying experiences made manifest, huh? Anyway, so yeah, I want to play some more games next year, especially some that are, like, not quite to my tastes, you know? I think that would be fun. I ain't a coward is what I'm trying to say. I ain't no coward. I'd like to play some stuff that doesn't initially appeal. But yeah, Chet, you got any goals for next year? Any things that, like, you want to do? They don't have to be big. They don't gotta be world-shattering. They don't gotta be ones that are, like, so tall, so built up in your head that, like, you know, or what people will expect of you in terms of, like, work or whatever. Like, it could be anything. Do you want to read a book? Do you want to, like, what do you want to do? And, if so, why? Okay, we're good. I find next year, again, beyond, like, I want to play more stuff that's not my interests, I also want to, like, read a few more, like, actual books next year. I find that You know, I want to read more classic literature. I think that's one thing that I could really stand to do is, like, just start lifting the muscle of reading books again. Finish your project. What's your project, if you care to share? I want to read some, like, Hemingway. And I know it's like a meme. He's like, oh, you gotta read Hemingway, man. But, like, I want to read Hemingway. I haven't read any, like, Hemingway books, and, like, I'm an adult. I've read books before. I just need to be smart about how I play Shiren the Wanderer. No, I just need to be smart. Just need to finish some animatic cats in it. Oh, hell yeah. That sounds fun. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. Is it on a specific media, or is it like is it a stream moment? Okay, let's be smart. That worked out. Alright, we are going to... We are just going to use another lightning scroll. It's a video, YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, definitely send it to me when you're done. That'd be fun to watch. Oh! No! Okay, okay, let's see. I'm eating an otogiri, so, that is why we have those. Okay, now we're good. You can see exactly when and where things need to be used. That's the thing about these shiren games that I just really like. Like, you should not hoard items because you're going to, like, need to use them. When in doubt, use your items. If there's more than one enemy, use your items. And I think, like, it's a fun idea. So how far along is this project? Like, do you find that... Tell me more about, like, how it is you're doing. Like, are you doing this project in the sense that, like, you want to do it? Are you being paid to do it? Is it a commission? Ooh, this is too useful. These are two useful things. And I should just bring my wood up next time. This is why we explore. Oh my god! Look at all these items. That's why we explore, dude. Almost certainly why you explore right there. Almost definitely. I also want to finish this fucking Red Rescue Team project. If it wasn't clear, I'm writing a whole-ass master's thesis on Red Rescue Team. Maybe not as much a master's thesis as much as it is like a personal reflection on my entire personhood as it relates to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. It's a personal project? Okay. Cool. So you just sort of, like, do it based on, like, your own personal drive in life. I can fight you. I think that that's really admirable. I think that that makes it more, like, art than not. Not to say that, like, one thing is art and another isn't, but, like, it's very much based in your own personal interests and motivations and craft. Alright, I can hit you. Yeah, let's just use it. I want to read some books. I want to finish this Red Rescue Team thing. And it's coming along well. I think this could be described as homework in that sense. Like, I would say Let's warp out of here. This is easily, like, relevant to that project, I'd say. Because it just gives me continuous context of, like, how Chunsoft made more games before they, made Red Rescue Team, you know? Okay. Yeah, I'll use one. I don't like to use one here, but like, it's better to do that because I have things I don't want to lose. That, like, I've found a ton of resources on this run. The last thing I want to do is go out without, like, making it to the end. Life grass. That's good for next run, probably. Let's put some stuff in our storage pots. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, let's put that in there. Pots can't go in pots. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's my warp grass. I'm gonna name it warp grass. Oh my god, that's awesome, actually. Oh, that's so nice. I really like that. That was actually one thing that, like, from the original game, I was kind of annoyed that, like, it was difficult to know what was in my pots. That's also very funny. This is, like, just kanji, hiragana, spacing. Very funny. That's the other thing, is I really don't want to die on this run because I would lose a lot of the stuff that I've been, like, just holding on to for the sake of navigating dungeons and laziness. But I would really prefer to not be a fool and lose everything. So I will play very cautiously if I have to. Oh my god, dude. That's so many materials. Okay, let's be smart. Let's insert just the shadow scroll for now. I think this is the last floor. Yep, okay, cool. So we are now at the summit again, and I'm feeling very good about that. I'm gonna deposit my money. I'm gonna deposit all but 500. I like having 500 just on me, I guess. I don't know. And then I'm going to make some shit. Because I have so many materials. We're gonna process the Ninomaru? We could do Ninomaru. That one, yeah, let's do a Ninomaru. Let's build another inner wall, too. And an outer wall. Dude, what a run. That's awesome. That's a really good, that's really good. That's really, really good. I just need to bring the wood back up here for the next run. I just like this game. It's real smokable. Like, it's a game that you could just, like, come home and, like, just do a lap Do a loop. Do a loop or two. I think anyone who's really into roguelikes really ought to try these shiren games because they're really respectful but demoralizing in a way. Like, again, spiritual training is just a really good way of putting it. Because you end up thinking about how exactly you want to move at all times, and one wrong move can break your spirit. But then you learn the ability to get back up and go again. Let's put it this way, there's a reason I have not attempted the hard mode yet. I like that animation, it's fun. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Sorry, pal. I don't like hard modes in RPGs. They're usually really unfun. I hate it when hard mode boils down to enemies having bigger numbers and you have to smaller numbers. Yeah, which happens most of the time. Yes, I agree. Uninteresting and not fun. Let me rephrase. The hard path through this game, still balanced for it, right? Hard is essentially like the level 5 or whatever. But yes, I generally agree with that notion. I think that games that just make numbers smaller is weak. Oh, I like this song. It's the village theme from the first game. Shiren, Shorn, and Shira. Oh, sister, huh? Oh, she's cute. Sasumi. Ah! I love the crows. That's good. It's a winter night. It's a good night. The sun is down. We're being hit by the bomb cyclone over Michigan right now. So we got like 3 inches of snow in an hour. It's a nice night. It's nice and warm in my room. The lights are low and comfy. I'm playing an N64 game on stream, and I'm just having a good. It's winter break, man. This is good. Ooh, dude, that sounds really nice too. Like a nice warm bath. Oh, fuck, dude. I went to a public bath in Japan while we were there, and like, again, the dumb American mind cannot fathom the notion of people bathing in public, because like, I went to a public bath, and like, you have to shower off and like actually wash yourself, and then you just like sit in the bath. And I was like, how long do you sit in the bath? And I was like thinking about that for myself. I'd already washed my hair and my body and I'm like, and my face, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. And then I'll just like hang out in here for as long as feels appropriate, I guess. And like it's then that I realized like, no, it is quite literally a place where you bathe, like the ritual of bathing, you just do that in public. Like it's the same thing as if I just made a bath for myself in my room. And that made me realize like, shit, dude, I am such an American living in the 21st century that the concept of a public bathhouse is like, that was how it was, and private baths are the norm now, being such a modern revelation. Like, I'm just, it really laid bare my, the context in which I considered a normal. Dipshit goes to public bath, doesn't realize you bathe there? Come on, man. Dipshit American. Let's be clear here. This is nice. I like this a lot. So, yes, I went to Japan, all of November. I was in Japan quite literally from, Halloween until November 19th, so I was there for 3 weeks. The first week was on work. I was presenting my research, and, it went well. It went very well. I'm very pleased about it. Proud of myself. And then, on the 6th... Oh, yeah, you're right. And then on the 6th, Aaron came, and, we had our honeymoon. My married thing. Did you know that I got married this year? Yep, that's right. I got married. I suppose, like, I've streamed once or twice after being married, but I'm married. And when you're married, people let you do things after the fact. They let you have as much time off of work as you want in some cases, or at least within, like, what seems reasonable, right? And so, one sec. Sorry, business. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I went to Japan. Aaron came on the 6th. We had our honeymoon from the 6th to the 19th. And in that time, we stayed in a bunch of places. We stayed in Shibuya, we went to Kyoto, and we went to Osaka. I'd say Osaka, we more, like, used that as a halfway point between where we were and where we wanted to go. Because we didn't really spend, like, a day in Osaka. We spent a day more in, we went to Awaji Island, and not just work on the castle, does it not go all at once? Yeah. Yeah, so Awaji Island is home to a thing called Nijigen no Mori. And if you aren't familiar with what Nijigen no Mori is, it's essentially a park with a theme to it. Like, a theme park is probably a good way to describe it. The problem is the American mind thinks of theme park and thinks like roller coasters and like all of these things. You think Disney, right? You think Disney. And you're not wrong, but you're thinking at a very specific scale that is just not what this is. It would be like if Central Park or a nature or a state park or a nature reserve also had like playgrounds and recreation areas that were themed after certain things, and that's exactly what this is. So we went to Dragon Quest Island. My wife and I did. And we had a lot of fun doing it. It's like an immersive experience. So we had our characters as held with like NFC tags or whatever. And we navigated through this like little town that had places where you'd tap it and you'd like talk to an NPC or collect a mini medal or you know, find an item or unlock a treasure chest. And we had to do that to find certain items, which progressed us through things, and then we went off to other places. It was essentially an opportunity to play, you know? Like, it was a play opportunity as an adult. Oh no. Let's go check it out. Things just happening. It was fun. We defeated the Demon Lord Zolma. And it helped, too, that, like, Aaron... I had beaten Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Aaron had played enough of it to, like, understand the appeal. She's at the point where you get the ship and you're looking for orbs at this point in Dragon Quest III. So, like, we had fun. Oh, no, a Kappa. Kappa?
I've done nothing bored here. Just taking a nap.
Oh yeah. So Himakichi. Himakichi is the Kappa. Himakichi is the Kappa. The Kappa is Himakichi. Who is Himakichi? The Kappa. Okay. Kappa is Himakichi. Bored Kappa Himakichi. Who is the Kappa Himakichi? He's bored. Himakichi. Okay. Okay. This is new. I don't know what this is. What is this? Really? Okay. This is interesting. This is cool. If this is what I think it is, this is very cool. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, hold on. I need to get a screenshot of this immediately. Dude, fucking take me out to the ball game, man. This is awesome. Hold on. Wait a second. Okay, I'm gonna post this in server announcements. I just added everyone into the server and did this. I'm very thankful for, I would like to thank one Firethorn for, reacting to the post within a minute. That's a real fan right there. I do enjoy that line of text quite a lot. I want to read that again. I might even have to get a second one. Whoa, the streamer. Hello, Sclammer. How are you? We're playing a mystery dungeon, and not your Babby's Pokemon type. Though, if you've played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, a lot of this may seem very, very familiar. I am doing what is called in the business research / homework, and I gotta say. I'm having a really good time playing this game. I'm having a grand old time. You're watching JoJo with the pals. Oh shit, is it? No, it's fucking Monday. I was like, I don't know why I thought that like Tianami was happening in like right now or something. Oopsies. Yeah, no, I figured like I'm on winter break and this is a good way to like hang out-ish. Yeah, it's Saturdays. I've lost track of days. I'm on winter break. Like, it's a good little way to hang out where, like, I can technically be talking to people while I play games, but then also I'm not, like, you know, not necessarily interacting with everyone all the time. So, nothing like it's like a little bit more like I get to decide what we talk about. I'm the yapper. No one else is the yapper. I'm the yapper type shit. Part 4 is good though. Good on you for like making them watch that because that is quite certainly the most hangoutable part. So, props to you. Very good. Way to make them do their homework, right? I will say, Part 4... I like Part 4. It's not my favorite by any stretch, though. I got plenty of swords, dude. Can I sell these things? The thing about Part 4 that's, like, fun is that the scale and stakes are much lower. But, like, I also feel like that makes me, like, just a little less into it. Like, I love the scale of Part 5. Because it's, like, just the right amount of, like, oh shit, traveling the world versus, and, like, new locales. Part 3 gets a little silly with it, I find. And, like, Part 4 doesn't go beyond Morio, which is fine. Like, I think I've come to the appreciation that Morio is a cool place just in general. You're doing funny watch order? Please tell me. Okay, do not fucking... Okay, don't spoil it, but let me guess. Are you doing the fucking Jeff Thu Mother's Basement anime recommendation order watch? Is that what you're doing, where you do part 4 and then part 3 and then part 1 if you care? That was such a dumb fucking order. Sorry, I don't normally get heated about this shit, but like, Mother's Basement JoJo order. Mother's Basement JoJo watch order it's one of the nastiest fucking things. Let me do this here. Let me just show you all what this is. Get out of here. Out of this house. It's part 4, 2, 5, half of 3, 1 other half of 3. That is the goddamn fucking... Hold on. That is a terrible order, and I'm, like, so embarrassed for you. Have fun. Okay. This is the Mother's Basement one, where it's... What is this even? Hello? What am I doing? Good lord, I can't read this for the life of me. This sucks. Never mind. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We're having technical difficulties because Imgur, it used to be good. Fucking awful now. Okay, let's just take a fucking screenshot of this. Okay, so Jeff Thu's little adventure into the unknown, the bizarre adventure into the unknown. God, can I like do this? Oh my god, my file explorer's behind my fucking monitor that's showing my mister. Forget all that introspective stuff from the start of stream. You stopped streaming because Imgur sucks. It's not false. Okay. Jeff. Okay, let's look at this. Real hard look. Okay, Season 4. Diamond is unbreakable, right? Okay. Diamond is unbreakable. And then it's Battle Tendency. Battle Tendency next. And then Golden Wind. Okay, so you are doing the Mother's Basement order. Golden Wind. And then Season 2 that is Stardust Crusaders. Phantom Blood. Stardust Crusaders, the other half. Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, JoJo Lane. What a terrible order. What a goddamn, like, atrocious order. Atrocious order. It's at a friend's recommendation? Good lord. I've already read JoJo up to part 7. Read part 8 at some point. Part 8's interesting, especially since you're watching part 4. Part 8 is an interesting part of JoJo. Speaking as a ghoul who read part 8 as it was coming out. Oh my god, part 8 is one of those insane moments in manga where like you follow it week to week and then it's over and you're like, oh. But then like you read it again in post non-serial and you're like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. I let the hype get to me in a way that I'm honestly kind of surprised about. It was a fun part for a while, and then it was like, oh, it's that. And then that was it. So that was interesting. But yeah, I read part 8 as it was releasing, and I've been reading part 9 basically regularly. I would probably... Part 9 would stand for, like, a current reread from beginning to now, just because I've been reading it monthly, and I could stand to remember exactly what happened. Let's waste some time. Okay. What's going on over here, huh? You can stand? Yeah, I can stand. I thought of, during part 8's, serialization, I was like, they get really crazy with these stands. What's a similar crazy stand that, like, I would like, and what would the stand name be? And I thought of one, like, I started thinking of stands based on, like, physics concepts. And like one of them was like called Black Hole Sun, where it had 4 arms or whatever, or 2, like it was a punch ghost essentially. But what it did was like the space in which it punched got like slightly stronger gravitational pull or slightly weaker gravitational pull, and then you could like spin that into a whole like, all right, buddy, you're about to get time traveled on, boy. And sort of, like, deal with real bullshit from there. Like, relativistic-wise, or, you know, shit like that. And so that was a funny one that I had thought about. You have to be careful not to punch too hard, because otherwise you'll, like, get attracted to it with gravitational pull. And you can sort of, like, fuck with water then, as a result. It was just a very, like, interesting way of taking on like Punch Ghost plus something more. But yeah, that was one. I suppose I haven't given my fucking ranking on JoJo parts. Do people know my order? People, any guesses to what my fucking part order is? I will give you a hint that it's probably predictable. There's not too many, like, out-of-left-field calls. I would rate, like, every part through 9 at this point. I would feel comfortable saying that. I can tell you this much. My bottom one is Phantom Blood. And that's not because it's bad by any stretch. It is, because it's kind of like the first one, and I like what the series turned into, in a way that, like, Phantom Blood doesn't do as much of, but that's just because, like, that's how it was. Can I make that? Nice. 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 3 levels just for me. Nice for me. Okay, so I like part 7 the most, and that's I'm very excited about the anime, but I'm letting my excitement be tempered in a meditative like way that I was excited for part 6, and then like there was no hype to part 6 because of the way that it went. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay. I should probably equip my shit. I'm not quite sure how this Kappa works. But I imagine it's like a second party member, of course, right? No, new JoJo watch order 17654332 and then watch 1 again? Yes. Can I recommend? The best watch order is you start with part 3. Oh, and then if you're really feeling like it, you can go back and you can watch the other stuff, but like, I mean, it's not worth Oh, thank you for not, like, even remotely entertaining that. That's how you know you're real. Nah, I think you should just watch it from the start. Like, there's no reason why you, like, there's no sense in not watching something because it's different. Starting with part 3 is, like, actively the most annoying advice I see when it comes to JoJo. No, don't start with part 3. It is quite literally, fucking JoJo All-Stars. Honestly, I will say, I do not like the first half of part 3 nearly as much as I like the second half. I think the second half is, like, immediately where the game, the plot, just comes a lot more into itself. It felt very aimless in the first half of part 3, in a way that, like, wasn't very satisfying on an episode-to-episode basis. Reading it's a little differently, but you can still tell it's very much Monster of the Week. And there, again, like, there's nothing intrinsically wrong about that, but, like, the episodic nature of it is a lot more fun than the routine, you know? Just my 2 cents. I don't want to imply that I think it's bad. I just prefer, the, second half of part 3 a lot. A lot more. I'm gonna need to get some water soon. That's some good sound. Yeah, having a second party member makes it way more manageable. Yeah, way more manageable. I'm looking for materials. Do you have any? Probably not. I'll just move on. If I find the stairs, there's no sense. I'm all in on that Part 7 anime. I'm so excited. Part 7's anime, gets me... I won't lie. I am actually a little nervous. Like, because of the way that, Part 6 just was, I think that I have lost a lot of, like, support with the Netflix model. And I would say that, like, I need to be shown that they know how to do the release in a way that's going to not just immediately kill any and all momentum, because I straight up think that, Stone Ocean was killed, it feels like. Like, Stone Ocean deserved so much better than what it got on Netflix. With its, like, monthly batches of 8. Like, that's just not a way to incite hype. That's, like, in fact, quite literally the worst way to maintain retention. It's like, I understand that they wanted these things to be bingeable, but, like, binging is not fun. I don't like binging. Maybe I'm just the freak, but, like, the reason that Part 5 was such a hit was because there was hype every single week to week. They just knew how to, like, carry momentum. Where are you going? Thank you. That, like, part 6 just never got to experience. When you have that time, yeah, exactly. When you can sit with an episode for a whole ass, like, week, 7 days, 7 whole days, gosh, ain't it difficult to wait 7 days? You know, when you have to wait that long to just, like, know what happens next, I don't know, maybe you get this, sense of excitement on a week-to-week basis. You have something to look forward to. Isn't that good? Didn't we like that? What happened to those days, huh? Why do we have to have everything right now, all the time? Space gives us time to think about shit. I like thinking about shit. So, I guess she wanted to know my position on this. Like, I would love it if they released exactly, 1 episode a week. 1 a week. Can you do that for me? Like, genuinely, I would not be upset if I couldn't watch the next episode immediately. Like, if you can believe this... If you can believe this... There is, in fact, a limit to my, amount of things I can do in a day before I don't want to do things anymore. I have a limit. I don't need to watch every new thing at all times. And you don't either. Just don't forget that. You don't have to do everything right now. Just trust me on this one. You don't need to have it all right now. It's okay. I've been enjoying putting on a weekly anime block, even when I want to watch more episodes of something. It's a way to have more fun to react to it the first time with your friends, who are also hyped to keep it up. That's, like, quite literally... Yes, Atia, I agree. First and foremost, I agree. The second thing is, like, that's literally how we used to do it. Like, okay, let's not be stupid here. Like, okay, I know that I sound like the meme of, like, this is what they took from you, and it's a black and white photo of a Cracker Barrel or whatever. But, like, there's something to be said about, the fact of, like, water cooler entertainment on television. Like, that was how we used to do it, was like, are you tuning into it tonight? And then you'd say, why, yes, I am tuning into it tonight. And then you'd come to work the next day, and they'd be like, did you tune into it last night? And you could say, why, yes, I did tune into it last night. And then you would say, like, wow, wasn't it great to tune into something and we could all do it together? And you'd be like, of course it is. And now we don't tune into stuff with each other anymore. I can't get excited about the Survivor finale because I'm the only one watching it unless I'm on Twitter, and guess what, gang? Not watching Survivor anymore even, so... That's another thing, I'm not watching Survivor anymore. Isn't that sad? You know what else is sad? Seeing Jimmy fucking Mr. Beast on my screen on the Survivor 50 promo. Good lord. Good fucking lord. What is Jimmy Mr. Beast doing on my screen when I literally heard Coach Wade do a Ferdinand Magellan not quote? This sucks so much. I'm getting more water. Be right back. Oh, hey Hilda. Cool. I'm back. I was talking muted, so I am back. Welcome back. I'm back. I'm so back. So, while I was away, I had a major life moment. A major life moment, everyone. I have found my first few gray hairs on my head. That's right, everyone. I have made it. I am officially getting old. Quite literally the threshold. Major life moment caught on stream in 4K. Yeah. Kinda wild. Like, I knew it was coming, right? Like, I'm quite certainly, 27. And I'm in a stressful environment. It was bound to happen, right? But, like, it's just interesting to, like, finally have happen. Very interesting to just have happen. Old video games, yeah. Like, yeah, now I literally, I guess I can own the whole, like, haha, you were born in a year starting with a 1. You're old. I'll say, like, okay, yeah, whatever. Beat it, kid. Yeah. Why is, yeah, Sigma's referring to the Survivor 50 promo. So Survivor has been around for over 25 years at this point. In next month, they're getting it ready to air their 50th season. Okay, like their 50th season. 50. They are like the fucking longest reality TV game show of its kind of all time. Like, it's nuts. And it will go until I think Jeff Probst doesn't want to anymore. And when that happens, I think the show will probably just die. I think it kind of should at this point. I know this kind of like ruins any of my chances of thinking like, meh, maybe I do want to get cast on Survivor again. Or think that again, rather. But it's like, there comes a point where, like, I tolerated the bad seasons. Okay, like, I straight up stayed with the show from the stretch of 22 to 29. Like, I watched those seasons as they aired, and I didn't complain. I was like, I was okay with it, I guess. I don't know why. It was not a good show at the time. But I still watched it because I liked it. I considered it part of my personhood at that point. Like, part of my identity was I like Survivor. And I know that there are still people out there who have that about them. But let me be the first to say that, like, good fucking lord, why is Jimmy Mr. Beast just on Survivor 50? Not as a player, but as him fucking self. Give me a goddamn break. That is quite literally, like, I literally watched a season that had a Me Too movement as it was airing. That, like, the show did not necessarily alert us of at the start of the season. Like, and you're telling me, like, I literally, like, had to do the mental gymnastics of, like, still being a fan of this show. Like, because even though they mishandled, like, yes, there was a season where one player was, like, touching another player's hair on repeat, and the player asked the hair toucher to stop, and he didn't. Just like, you know, And it became a whole thing where, like, someone used that to leverage their position in the game, and they voted out the victim rather than the abuser. And it was bad, and the guy who was doing the, like, admittedly, not an entire, like, I don't know the details. It was repeated touching that was asked not to touch, and it didn't stop. And that, like, is enough to warrant harassment. And no one voted out the harasser because, like, it was played as a game move. So the line had been crossed in a way that, like, for me personally, goes well beyond anything of kind of, like, entertainment value, right? So the entire season is plagued by this, to the point where, like, how do you even watch a show like this when you have to contend with the show, like, not removing the guy the first time? You know? He eventually gets removed for, like, a second offense. And it's like, and it wasn't with a player on the show anyway, it was like with a crew member. Doesn't excuse anything, but, like, I straight up said, okay, well, I can still, I will watch this within reason. I'm not happy about this, but, like, you know, I guess I can excuse that, which, like, in hindsight, Lord, that's fucking depressing. And, like, and then, like, even after all that, I still then watched, like, the new era Survivor, which is just so, like, it's just, like, a shell of what made the show good in the first place. And it's to that point where it's become the only way it survives is by drinking of its own fluids. It is so just in its own... It buys into its own mythos as a means of surviving, because otherwise it would just get canceled. Oh, that's cool. I love my Netherlands ads I get when I got my VPN on. I'm glad you've got that on, Tia. I'm glad you've got that on. I'm ranting about Survivor. Like, I literally watched the most boring, mediocre imagination of what my favorite show could be. And I tolerated it because it was still something to do with my wife, right? And it's gotten to the point now where, like, literally Survivor 50, the season where they have literally someone from the first season and someone from the most recent season on the same season, and I'm not watching it because motherfucking Jimmy Mr. Beast is on it. It jumped the shark. I can't do that. I cannot say in good conscience, like, yeah, dude, I want to do this anymore. It's just not, like, I know it's so funny to think that Jimmy Mr. Beast is where I draw the line. I think of it more as, like, a accumulation of many, many cuts over a long period of time that have just gotten so infected by this, like, miserable existence. Like, I would take those terrible 22, 23 is alright, 24, like, I can't even refer to them by their subtitle anymore because they need to be identified alongside the seasons that decided we would rather it be just a number than any kind of, like, identifying feature with theme or character or whatever, because then it puts it in time. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I tolerated some pretty fucking bad seasons. And I'm at the stage where, like, there's more to watch. There's more to watch in life than Survivor. And I think people who only watch Survivor are, like, doing themselves a disservice. Oh, no! I lost my good shield! Oh, no, I'm going to die! Oh, fuck. Ah, damn it. I lost my good shield. That's bad. That's really bad. Anyway, all I mean to get to is that Survivor needs to be canceled at this point. That's not true. I don't think that Survivor needs to be canceled. Oh dear. Okay. I don't think Survivor needs to be canceled, but it's at the stage where like I'm not watching that shit no more. I'm just not doing that. It's not worth it to me. I might watch 49 as like a as like something to have on in the background while I do laundry. But like I did not watch 49. I know what happens in 49. I need to get a shield so bad, dude. Yeah, I think I just need to get a shield and get out of here. Okay, let's be smart. Do I have any more Otogiri So's? I've just used them all. Okay, I got one. Yeah, I just didn't watch 49. And like, I know what I'm saying. Like, look, if I ever did want to submit a casting tape ever again, and like they saw this, it would be like probably an instant disqualification. And it really does make me like sad. It makes me really sad to say that because like I do, in like deep down, feel like I would enjoy the chase of trying to be on the show. You know, like in my mind, I'm like it would be really fun. I would have a great time. I know that I'm more interested in the game than I am in, like, being a person on a reality TV show. But, like, it's at the point where, like, I just know that I would, like, there would be a level of intrinsic satisfaction that, like, I otherwise would not have. You know, like, it's something that I cannot control. But, like, if the opportunity ever came, it would be awesome, and I'd love it, but, like, I also have to be realistic in that this isn't the show that I grew up watching, it's not the show that I enjoyed, it's something else. So, you know, I'm okay with that now. I wasn't for a little bit. I was very sad about that for a little bit. But I'm good with it now. Like, let's put it this way, right? If it ever came out, or if I ever, let's put it this way, if I ever only listened to Rob Has a Podcast, nothing against Rob, nothing against people who watch the podcast, but if I only watched that, or only listened to that, and nothing else, why did I do that? If I only did that, if I only listened to Rob Has a Podcast and that was it, I would say, like, you should shove me into a locker. Because, like, I can do so much better. Everyone can do so much better. And, like, I get it, like, they expanded and, like, now you have a whole ass media franchise on, like, TV show commentary, like that water cooler talk that we were talking about before. Like, it's a whole way of doing it. Like, I get it. But, look, if that's all I listen to, you are allowed to shove me into a locker. How am I gonna do this? Let's have a good hard look. Got a Dragon Grass, Swap Staff, Fire Staffs, Knockback Staffs. Okay, I'm gonna be okay. But I will need to... Okay. I will need to get back to full health if I can help this. I think I do damage here. I could push it away, maybe? I don't want to swap. Definitely don't want to swap. Okay. So I have a slow staff that I could throw. Not a good move. I have Swift Grass, Antidote Grass, Slow Staff. Again, I could slow it and make a way, but I don't think that's a good idea either. I could throw the Katana, not reliable. I could use the Fire Staff. Will that work here? On the ground. If it's over the ground, is that a problem? Here's what I'm gonna do. Take one step. Okay, now it's over the ground. Alright, I could use the Dragon Grass here as well. I think Dragon Grass is actually the better move. Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay, here we go. Let's think about this. Let's get some space. Okay, there's the stairs. I think this is the last one. Okay. I think this is the final floor, and I am in a precarious spot. I need to find the stairs as efficiently as... Okay, we're actually so back. We are so back, actually. Never mind. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, you can see how immediately, like, the tension ratchets. Don't jinx yourself. Yeah. The magical thing about Shiren is that everything you do, if you do it wrong, that's hoist by your own petard, my friend. That is, that one is on you. Okay, I don't need to go that way. You're on the edge of your seat. It's, that's the kind of game this is. It's an edge seater. It's a seat edger. One of those. Alright, I think we are at the top. Oh no, we have the boss, that's right. Oh fuck, that's right. Oh fuck is right. No, I think we should be fine. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not good. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad, actually. Okay, I got an out. Okay, now I do a swift. I do a swift grass. Okay, now I need to get away. One. And now I use my knockback staff to get distance. And then I go this way. And I... What do I got? What do I got? I got a slow staff. Let's swing that. I don't think that worked, so that was a bad idea. I'm gonna use a fire staff here. It only works when it's on there. I see. I see. Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. Okay. That is how quickly things can just get out of hand. Now, why could you do that? Oh, I think I'm actually fucked. That's not good. Go to bed? Okay. Okay, we're fucking back. We're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Okay, I don't think I have anything. I have a knockback. Okay. I'm going to need to use that, first and foremost. I have a slow staff. Okay. We're gonna wait till it wakes up. Over here. Okay. Okay, we're so good. Don't walk into the fire. Okay, we are actually totally okay. We did it. It was a close one there, but we did it, thankfully. Wipe that sweat from your brow. That's what happens when you don't let the fear overwhelm you. That's called tactics, pals. That's called the strategy, as it were. I enjoyed that. that was awesome. That was a very fun little bit. We could build more of the Ninomaru. We could build the outer wall. I think we build more of the Ninomaru, right? See why these games are fun? Like, no, they are not fucking Skyrim. They don't need to be Skyrim. They shouldn't be Skyrim. I'd rather do grad school than go through that. I mean, grad school teaches problem solving. There's a shop up here, right? I think that's a shop, right? Yeah, this is a shop. Oh, statue? Shiren teaches crisis management? Yeah. Crisis management when you stop time. When time only moves when you move. Joke's on you, you're always moving. I haven't stolen. I probably could. I probably could. Is Super Hot a mystery dungeon game? Is that the one where time slows down until you shoot? Because no, I would not say that. I would not say the wait until you move aspect is what defines a mystery dungeon. I think what defines a mystery dungeon is the procedurally generated mazes akin to Rogue with monsters in them that you can play. It's a mystery, but there's not really dungeons in it. I admit, I ain't played Super Hot before, because when it came out, my PC was not the kind that, like, played games. It was like a fucking, you know, work computer ThinkPad type thing. So, never really crossed my radar. So, like, I'd say blind spots for me are, like, early, mid-2000s games, especially on Sony and Microsoft consoles. And then games between 2013 and 2016. Because that was when I was in high school. We could even extend that even further to, like, 2018. Since that's high school or like undergrad. I was like doing the math. I was doing the organization of like the stuff I beat in 20 like, you know, I have my Obsidian, I have all of my stuff. In 2019 I only beat 3 games and 2 of them were wait, why did I That's not a Oh no, it is. Never mind. Like, I only beat 3 games in 2019. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Pokemon Sword, and Kirby's Dream Land 3. And 2 of those happened over winter break. In 2018, I beat more games, but that was because I was, like, doing Let's Plays at the time. So, like, you know, it was a hobby. And then, like, it wasn't until 2020 that... even in 2020, I didn't have that many games I finished. Because that's when I started, like, regularly streaming. And then 2021 is where things explode, so... But you've done your Nintendo homework from that era? Yeah, within reason. Like, I beat Sunshine, I beat Wind Waker. Like, I have a sense of it. I've played enough Smash Bros. Melee to know. But, like, I'm talking, like, dude, I haven't played Billy Hatcher. Like, I only just beat Sonic Adventure Battle 2, like, in 2023. 2024, even. Yeah, last year was the first time I actually beat it. You know, shit like that. I'm pretty well versed in handhelds. It's the consoles. Aniki. Love-hate relationship with William Hatcherley. Like, next year I'm gonna play Katamari, for real. Like, not just like, oh, this is neat, and try it, like, a little bit. I'm actually gonna let myself play Katamari. Back up. Oh, her. That's right, her. You gotta get on that Lost Odyssey. I do gotta get on that Lost Odyssey. I do have it for the Xbox 360. I'm like, do I buy an Xbox 360 to play this? Because, like, they're not that expensive. And I could, like, jailbreak it, maybe. Wakashida. Play that in Blue Dragon. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. My brother was into Blue Dragon on the DS, and he watched the anime. She's fun. I think I gotta play Lost Odyssey, but I also gotta play Expedition 33. I gotta play Final Fantasy X before I can play Lost Odyssey. Final Fantasy X is gonna be my next Final Fantasy. This year's was 4. And 4 was fine. I used the naming way patch, and I think it made it harder than the original, just a little bit, and like it made it really grindy at the end. Get around to Final Fantasy X. Play it. Oh, I'm playing it if you need someone who is also playing it. Yeah. I think that might be the move. I've done like a game club before, but it was on a different server. I might just do it in Voltcord, because like that was when this server was initially for streaming. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. I don't know how to pace it, it's the only thing. It's helpful to know where to play to for a period, you know? But I think I would do that, yeah. I think I'd do that. I think I'd do that, though. I think I'd do that. Gotta talk with my wife about that. She'd probably be into that. Oh, this is nice. Oh! Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, let's go check a look. Dude, udon's great. I like udon. I was going that way. Thought it was the other way. You're gonna blame me? Yeah. I think I will do that. I did want to do a game club type thing for Chrono Trigger in my server because I know the pacing on that really well. And I know at least 2 people who have said, I want to play Chrono Trigger, but I don't know when the time to do so. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to do it. And if you want to do it, then I'll get it. Because I really want to replay Chrono Trigger at some point. Last time I played it was in high school, and like, it's time. But I think Final Fantasy X in the server would be good. I think I'm gonna do that, yeah. Chrono Trigger is one of those, like, I'm in a different place in life now, so it'd be interesting to see how I'd respond to it. But yeah, like, a lot of, like, the Nintendo Wii U era shit, like, I just didn't play. I didn't really play that. And then, like, early Switch, I didn't play much of, and, much of the, like, any indie games from that time, I just, like, was like, that's neat. So, I just sort of let them ride, but I didn't, like... Oh, hello. Yeah, so, like, fucking Steam World Dig or whatever. Haven't played that. I haven't played Super Mario 3D World. I think Aaron and I should play that together at some point. Maybe we should do that over the next few days. Who knows? We're on winter break. So who knows? Maybe I will. Yeah, of course it's alright, pal. So, the way I see it, like, there are so many RPGs to play, and there's so many games to play that, like, just play the stuff that you feel like you want to play, not that you should play. That's fun. That's fun. I like this bit. I wonder if the game just is over when you have the castle entirely built. I wonder if that's it. That might just be it, but this is a good game. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Quite a darn bit. I need to get some more items pronto, dude. I need to get them all in here. I need to store some pots, you know? Let's deposit this, and let's... Yeah, you are spent after that last run. Lord, have me, like, bleh, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, gosh dang, dude. That was a run. I want to get one of you... One of you. Two of you. Alright, and then we're gonna put, like, all of these into a single container. This is the grass... this is the grass pot, everyone. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna take these out. We're gonna put them in a different one. We're also gonna take this out. And then we're gonna... There's nothing in that one. I wanna move these pots around a little bit, right? Alright, let's take all of these out. And then after everything, after all this menuing, which is just so interesting to watch, I know. Then we'll sort of see what we can do. It's so interesting that they put, like, the shop at the midway point and not at the starting town. It really forces me to work with it. Alright, and then we're gonna deposit that one with the 5. Okay. Menuing, baby! I need to withdraw... No, I'm good with this for now. I think I need to do another, like, restock. I don't think I'm ready to do the harder stuff yet. You know? Like, I do not. I need to get some healing items, baby. So that's probably what I would do next. Alright, I think I'm at a good place to, stop playing this for a bit. I'm gonna write, like, next time, restock on healing and strategy items. Do easy run. Try hard route. Is game done when castle built? I assume I'm not close to the end of this game. But yeah, so that's shiren too. You can see my best run, the one I scored the most points on, was earlier. I reached it in 0 seconds. As with this one. As with this one as well. This one I reached in 9,999 hours and 41 minutes and 38 seconds, so like, hey, that's not bad. That's not so bad. Hey, MM Trebuchet, how are you? How are you? I'm not a doctor yet. One of these days you're gonna come in and you're gonna be like, hello, doctor, and I'll be like, hey, guess what? But not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let's save that too, just on the Mr. And what else? What is the other Mr. thing that might be fun to like just look at? You're a little bum. Your Christmas present arrived, but it's broken, so you need to get it repaired. And it's in Turkey. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. It's a darn shame. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Do I have... What's the game I was thinking of? My NES games. Do I have... let's see. What's that one? Mr. Gimmick? Do I have Mr. Gimmick? Let's see. I don't have Mr. Gimmick. Is that a Japanese game? Might be. Okay. I need to get the Japanese ROM set at some point. What else? What else? What else? What else? I could do... Oh, I could do Summer Carnival. Is Summer Carnival in here? Oh, we could play Super Mario Brothers 3. That's fun. Oh, actually, we could play Super Mario World 9. Super Mario Bros. Mario World. Super Mario World. Hey! Super Mario World. Super Mario World is 9. Mamma mia, the first world is Fern Island. Alright, good or bad? What do we think? Good or bad? I'm thinking good. It's good. Alright, good or bad? That's an egg. Alright, bananas are good. Snail. Are snails good or bad? Can we jump on the snail? Okay, we cannot jump on the snail. We cannot jump on the snail. Okay. Alright, no jumping on the snail. We can jump over the snail. Egg. Mario's on a skateboard, baby! No more skateboard. Dragon. Mario's on a dragon. Mario is on a fucking... a dragon throwing it back. Oh, that's good. That ain't Yoshi. Choose an egg. I got 200 points out of that egg. I'm gonna rename this. Adventures in Adventures in Zip Digging. And we're gonna say it's not this anymore. It's Mario. Mario's Egg Catch Game. All right. Fern Island. Okay, here we go. This is kind of like actually kind of fun. When you hold B, you move faster, so you can run. You got a fairy! This is legit. This is Mario. This is my beautiful Mario. Oh. Mario, Oh, Mario. I think you should have a doctor look at that. I'm the second biggest Super Mario World 9 streamer. That's okay. I don't need to be a big streamer. I just need to have fun with my Mario world. Choose an egg. I got 100 points out of that egg. I only got 100 that time. Okay, is this like just someone has put the Mario sprite in like an existing video game or something? God damn it. I keep losing my skateboard. Alright, I got 7 more Marios. Like, is this like an existing NES game? It's gotta be, right? It's debatable whether or not this game exists. I mean, oh. Okay. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Alright, let's do this. You can do this. Now this is a video game! This is my favorite Mario! Step aside, Mario 3. Mario World 9's here to fucking show you the way. Mario teaches cholesterol. You think it's Adventure Island? Okay, that would make a lot of sense. Adventure Island is a good one. I think it's on this list I have. I think it's kind of funny that it's Mario though. It's like this, it adds... Oh, shit, hold on. NES game scrolls horizontal and vertically? Ooh. Game & Burger, get in here! No, okay. Drink water. Okay, I will. Water's good for you, everyone. This is a very cool little game. I gotta admit, if it is a real, like, actual platformer and not just, like, Adventure Island, I've never played, so, now I can say I have played it. Oh, baby, dude. What? What happened? What happened there? Did I fucking... What happened? Okay. I'm like confuzzled at the notion of what just occurred. Okay, I need to, like, not try and do stuff, I just need to do stuff, you know? Alright, here we go. I am the Mario World 9 speedrunner. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a little tech called jumping, the time jump. What happens is when you jump on top of the snake's head, it actually resets the RNG in the game to be, a little bit more, cooperative in a later level. And so what I mean by cooperative is that you see how these spiders are on cycles. Later enemies in this game actually move based on the seed that is loaded. So in that case, it is beneficial to take that slight time lost there for later on in the run. And so you're gonna see me like bump off this rock once or twice too. That is also a way of manipulating RNG that like it was discovered back early on in the first days of the speedruns of this game, but it wasn't until later when you got the dinosaur of this nature. There is a trick that what can happen is sometimes you'll run into your own fireball, I think is what it is. The documentation for the game is not super clear, but but yeah, that was a world record actually, this level right there. So if you could please clap, that'd be great. 2,000 points for me. I did about 26. Honestly, like, I've listened to enough goddamn GDQ runs and speedrunners to be able to sort of improvise couch narration for a game. I think it's kind of a fun improv game to do, is like, if someone was doing like a commentary of what you're doing, what would that sound like? Or like, if I got the heart. The heart is actually a really powerful power-up. It does slow us down when we do use it, but what it also allows us to do is beat the boss at the end of the stage much more quickly. So it's not necessarily a net negative to pick up. Routing did determine that this is overall faster in the long run, so yeah, if you want to clap for that one too, that was one of the hardest levels in the game that we just did one of the frame-perfect tricks. Tricks with naughty names. We have another name for this level, but we're not allowed to say those words on stream. Yeah, the name for that trick, it was devised when there were certain internet cultures that were a lot more like acceptable to be. And unfortunately, some of those names just stuck around. There are other people who are trying to suggest like other names. So, like, it's fine. But you could think of, like... Okay, so I'm gonna do a frame-perfect jump here in just a moment. Okay, there it was. That was my frame-perfect... what that's going to allow me to do is I'm going to be able to jump over that snake there. It's actually impossible to jump over that snake otherwise. Due to some, like, bugs in the glitches in the code. Again, trying to talk and play at the same time. It's not easy. Now would be a good time for donations. We have a $40 donation from Anonymous that says, "Wow, Voltage, great speedrun. Thanks for bringing up the fact that, like, this community has changed a lot over the last 40 years. I'm especially grateful for the time not using the old name for the dragon throwing it back trick that you just did there in the earlier stage. Kill the animals." Okay, so now we're going to be entering Treetop Towers. This level you want to come in with a dinosaur on because it's going to make it a lot easier, especially because there is such vertical momentum. Like, obviously, if you do I messed it up. Only one try. It's not really worth trying again because it's actually slower. But, like, essentially what would happen is if I got the frame-perfect trick right, what it would allow me to do is I'd clip through one of the floor tiles, and I would effectively, like, wrong warp right to the exit. The way... That's embarrassing. I think, okay, we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again, and again, it's one of those, like, if you don't get it the first... Okay, so we're just gonna let it go. It is frustrating. Like, I got it in practice all the time. I'm not gonna let it tilt me. But it's really cool, and it was like, it was one of the few things I was really excited to really show off about this game. Okay, yeah, I'm just not gonna let it tilt me because I've been preparing a lot for this GDQ. Can we read some donations? Okay, we have a $25 donation from one Frog 50 Animations that says, Voltage, will you be doing the eggplant skip in 2-7? If I don't keep fucking dying, sorry, please, I do want to be asked back to GDQ. That won't happen again. I'm sorry. Okay, that's enough of this bit. I gotta, like, actually kind of do the good job. Just kidding, that's not the end of this bit. A 1777 donation from Quirky Chungus said, do a barrel roll. Yeah! Thank you for the donation. We have a $5 donation from We Have a $5 donation who says, we have a $5 donation from We Have a $5 for donation from. And don't forget that is going to the Médecins Sans Frontières, the Doctors Without Borders. Trust me, my French is really good. And if you donate $15, you'll be entered for a raffle for a new playmat. So get those donations in. If you donate $20, you'll be eligible for a raffle to win this mug. It says GDQ in black Arial font. Very cool. Oh, and it's signed by Toby Fox. So that's a big one. It just has a picture of a little stupid annoying dog on it, but like that's worth at least $20. Pick an egg. We have a $100 donation from Gamer5 that just says, kill the animals. Thank you, Gamer5. Oh! Oh, Mario, you don't look so hot. Mario, do you need air? We have a $60 donation from Calgary Flames fan 29, who says, longtime viewer, first-time donator, had to donate for my favorite game, Super Mario World 9. Did you know that the eggplant skip on World 2.7 is actually very easy to accomplish if you set the RNG in the level 1-4? Something to consider moving forward. Anyway, thanks again for putting this on. And save the animals. And I'd like to put this donation incentive actually to save the animals unless there is a special incentive to play another game in the ROM hack block. Thank you again. Longtime donor, first-time viewer, greetings from Lower Silesia. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. Announcer's donation choices goes to the runner's choice. So runner, what are you doing? And other announcers who can't decide what they want to do. Oh shit, kind of stressful. Runner's choice is to name the Final Fantasy V protagonist Butts. Not Barts, but Butts specifically. Butts over Chara. We can meet that donation incentive. I just don't think that I don't like that Chara is in the lead. I would have liked Togor, but if it's between Chara and Butts, it's got to be Butts. That's my donation incentive. Okay. Naming Final Fantasy V protagonist Butts. Thank you. That's runner's choice. All right, we have a $15 donation from Jake Lanimo, who says, Mario, my favorite. Mine too, Jake. Mine too. We have a $45 donation from Super Mario that says, Wahoo! Thank you so much for playing my 9th game. We have a $5 donation from Charlemagne's Baby that says, hello, is this Fiverr? No, but you can still hire me on Fiverr, and I'll talk about that another time. Not appropriate on stream for that. We have a stretch redemption from my lovely, beautiful wife. I'm stretching. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, I haven't stretched in a while. We have a $500 donations from neocities.org. Thank you for being the #1 contributor of text on the site. Fun fact, voltage.neocities.org makes up 80% of all raw text on our servers. Thank you, NeoCities, for once again your donation. It's really cool to, actually, runner. We have another trick coming up here. I just want to show you this jump here. Ready? Here it comes. Okay, that was something that like is not easy to do. So, yeah, thank you, NeoCities, for shouting on my website too. You can check out that. I post cool website blogs. I write cool video game reviews, cool video game features. So like, if you want to do that, like, I don't have a Patreon, but like, I might set one up. Like, I don't know. Let me know if you like it. Like, I'm looking to branch out into making zines. So like, if that's something like you think you would be like interesting to read, let me know, because that helps me like decide what I want to do. Again, I don't have a Patreon or anything, but like, if you wanted to give me like money, like I can't stop you, but I don't think you should. All right, we have a $55 donation from a spider. You're fucking dead, it just says in the donation. Game over? Oh. The first few notes sounded like Plastic Love. Oh my god, that's only the first world. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I'm not replaying. I'm not replaying that. That was cool. That was Super Mario World 9? Super Mario World 9. Alright, let's find another one of these kinds of things. Super Mario Kart Raider. We've got a $10 Oh, this is Super Mario Kart Rider. Oh! Hello! Country Road! Okay. Yeah, dude! Yeah, dude! Yeah, dude! Yoshi, you trying to get some meal? Like, what you doing here? You trying to catch flies? You gonna get a bunch of gnats on your tongue? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We have a $10 donation from Tony Soprano who says, I love Mario. I love Mario. Yeah. I can't do a Tony Soprano impression. It's so bad, dude. Press select. Alright, well, let's start. Oh, I can do a wheelie. Oh, check this shit out. Ready? Yeah, dude. Now this is Mario. This is Mario on the Nintendo's Entertainment System. Yoshi, did you know? Oh, hang on. Hang on, I got this. Ready? Did you know? Yoshi originally appeared in the game Super Mario Riders for the Nintendo Entertainment System before Super Mario World. In an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, he said that he initially wanted a dragon-type character that Mario could ride on, but felt that it was only reasonable that this dragon also had a vehicle of his own. The motorcycle was later scrapped in the Super Nintendo release of Super Mario World. as to not draw comparisons to Sonic the Hedgehog, despite the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog still has not ridden a motorbike. But God, wouldn't it be cool if he did? Sorry, I think the Did You Know cadence is really funny to vamp to as well. Whoa, wait, that had Yoshi's head on it. Oh, Yoshi's got road burn. Did you know Yoshi has not filed his taxes in 25 years? It all started back in 1998 when he was stuck on the roof at Peach's castle. In that interview later, he said that, "I figured that if I have to pay the government to trap me on a rooftop, I might as well just not pay anyone at all." That didn't make sense, that was bad. Alright, 3 minutes! Did I do it? Oh, now he's not Yoshi anymore. Your record! Alright. Alright. Why are you looking at me like that, huh? A Siva Gunner for Did You Know Gaming? Holy shit. Have we just, like, cracked the code? Firethorn, we've cracked the code. We've cracked the code. Okay. That's the next big thing. Okay, let's do, Super Mario Bros. 6 or Super Mario Bros. 4? Let's do Super Mario Bros. 4. Oh, that's a lot of text. Nope. Oh! There he is! There he is! That's him! That's the guy! That's the guy! Oh! Oh! There he is! Oh my god! Did you know Mario was in a board game? Oh! I feel like I just saw the face of God. I think I just saw the face of God, everyone. Oh. Why can he do that? Oh. He can just... Okay. This plays just like Ball Kirby from Kirby's Adventure. Oh my god, what am I looking at? What is this in Dylan's Rolling Western? Okay, you can't deny this is actually kind of like smoking up the brisket. This is neat. I'm actually kind of enthralled by this. In the way that this NES jank of a game is like kind of interesting. Yeah, like, oh man. Okay, here we go. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, let's just go in the door. Let's just, okay, nope. Right, I can get out of the ball form. Okay. bar. They got alcohol in this Mario game, everyone. Okay. Oh. I like that song. I like that song a lot. I gotta know actually what this is now. Hang on. Super Mario Bros. IV. NES. Fuck out of here, AI. It's a bootleg. And it is... It's a hack of Armadillo. Okay, Armadillo NES. Do I have that? I really like that, like, level is over theme. I don't. Okay, it looks like it's a Japanese-only game. Okay, Armadillo NES. OST. H Insider would have it, of course. Alright, here's your little internet sagaciousness for the day. Is that if you go to khinsider.com, you can probably just find a lot of video game soundtracks. Like... I'm on KH Insider right now. Okay, Ooh, this is good. Okay, I'm about to improvise something, okay? It's gonna be a good, like, Did You Know Gaming, so, get your clipping ready. Here we go. Nope, ready? Here we go. Did you know? There was actually a secret, unreleased fourth Mario game on the Nintendo Entertainment System called Super Mario Bros. 4. The game was ultimately about Mario curling into a ball and bouncing around platforms using realistic bounce physics. Miyamoto said that he didn't really like this one, not because any specific reason, though later interviews with him indicate that he was actually kind of attracted to Mario when he curled up into a ball. The easier answer is, of course, to say that it was too similar to its competitor, Sonic. This is, of course, around the same time that Somari came to be, where Somari was an overlap between Mario and Sonic. Mario and Sonic would later star in games like Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, and Mario and Sonic Go to the Moon. However, no game between Mario and Sonic has managed to blend the two level types together. Mario and Sonic were also in video games in 2006 with Sonic's 2006. In it, Mario can be found as an Easter egg if you collect 100 rings in a stage, make it to the end without taking any damage, and then also have only 2 lives in your health bar. When you return to the overworld, you can find Mario hanging out in a cafe. This cafe originally was titled a bar, and it was assumed that Mario was drunk, as a playful jab as the two rivalries of the two characters. This Easter egg was cut for everyone but certain Japanese discs. People say it's rare to find one these days, but the ROM has not been dumped yet, so trust me on this one, folks. You're watching a Did You Know Gaming short, so I'm telling you the truth. That's all for this episode of Did You Know Gaming. Tune in next time where we talk more about the history and secrets of video games. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe by clicking the big red button. Give us 5-star views, make sure to like, comment, and share on Facebook, and on Dig if you're really interested. Napster works as well, but just know that we don't get any of the revenue from those shares when you do so. But we don't believe in the idea that publicity could be bad for any capacity, so just go and share wherever you feel like it. Just make sure that if you are sharing on LimeWire, you're not mistaking this file for that of that dog. You know the one. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Am I really playing another level of Mario 4? It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, I wouldn't call myself smitten by this, but like, I'm pleasantly surprised at how, like, actually kind of fun a video game is. I'm genuinely kind of like struck by. Well, I'm not paralyzed. I just seem to be struck by Mario 7. It want to make me move. Oh! I'm gonna make that jump. I'm gonna make that jump, dude. I think this is a neat game. Maybe I'll submit it to the FPGA Tour and be like, hey, gamers. I wonder how many people played it and thought it was official. You know, I think bootleg games are so much fun, in the sense, like, they can be anything. They could be, like, the shittiest fucking games you've ever seen, but because they have Pikachu on it, some kid is, like, excited about it, you know? That, to me, just is, like, the reason. It's, like, the same reason why ROM hacks are fun. You just never really know exactly what you're gonna get. It's like, I wonder what this creative enterprise is going to show me today. And then it's fucking this. There's such a small window where you could have played this. Seems fun. I had one of those crappy knockoff consoles with 990 games in one. I did too. It was a lot of plug-and-play stuff. I honestly should see if I can figure out what we had or if my parents still have it. Because I'd be interested in, like, trying some of those, you know? I bet I can break that, too. Maybe not. Like, I would say my personal gaming history does not start the day I got Red Rescue Team, but it's the first one that I could say I owned, you know? And like, whoa! What do you mean Mario is a kangaroo? Why am I a kangaroo? It swapped Mario for Teletubbies? That's good. That's really good. Okay, sorry. I'm really smitten by this. Like, I'm thinking to myself, what the darn gosh dang cowboy armadillo type shit am I looking at here? Okay, so I can't even get through that. So, like, I'm sure, like, I could probably control that hedgehog down there. But, like, it's so hard to say. Okay. I fucked up there. I bet you could probably get on top of that whole thing. This is cool. This is a cool little game. Like, it's really funny, too, because you could totally say, like, oh yeah, it's got a world map. It's just like Mario 3. Trust me, guys, my dad, Uncle Nintendo over here told me so. Uncle Nintendo would never lie. That's fun. I do like it when the ball hits. What? What? What do you mean I can jump on the walls? What do you mean I can jump on the walls? Well, I'd have to kill that guy first to find out. You learn so much when you, like, just dive in, right? Every game's like Void Stranger when you when you don't have the manual and it's an NES game. You learn mechanics by doing, not by reading. What am I doing? My wall climbing, grabbing muscle memory is like Celestian. Very interesting. These controls are not nearly as like tight as I'd like them to be for a game like this. They're good, but like they're too loose. Some people would call them floaty. I would call this loose. Like, I can just do whatever. And I don't feel like I should be able to do that. Like, turning into the ball in midair and doing that, I don't think I should have been able to do that, you know? Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just like, the turning into a ball side of things is so much faster than any left or right that I'm left with a very strange thing. You want me to do AVGN vamping? I am not as versed in AVGN-isms, but it's like something to the effect of, oh, jeez. Look, there's a bird, but he's pooping apples? Ugh. It's like, I shouldn't be able to turn into a ball like a fucking armadillo if I'm Mario. Let's have a look more into this and see where it comes from. Oh, great. This actually was a ROM hack of a game called Armadillo. Why did they put Mario's face on it, huh? This is like Doki Doki Panic, but worse. This is like Doki Doki Panic if they decided to make it even more shit. Ugh, I died again. Maybe next time I'll learn how to do it properly. What do you mean that there's no manual telling me what to do? Games should always have a manual. This game's an illiterate sack of balls. This calls for another drink because I'm illiterate too. I might as well kill more brain cells. Proceeds to slam an entire Rolling Rock. Ugh, the things I do for you guys. Bouncing off the enemies in the ball is actually kind of fun. It's just a damn shame that it doesn't otherwise give you decent controls. And when I come out of the ball form, I would hope that the controls would be a little bit more precise. Not so. These one-block jumps are the worst thing that you can have in this game. It's like trying to land a needle on the head of your fucking penis. And that's why I'm not invited to improv night. The anxious video game nerd? That's good. This game, I mean, I don't want to be mean, and I think some people probably like this, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not that good at games anyway, so I don't want to, like, offend anyone when I say this, but I don't like this one that much. I'm sorry if you do. I just want to share my opinion, that's all, I'm sorry. What are other A adjectives that you could use to describe, a guy? The affluent video game nerd. Yes, so I was playing... No, hang on, actually. Wait. I know the bit. The affluent video game nerd. So Mimsy went to the corner store today. She went grocery shopping and she got more Diet Cokes. She keeps drinking mine. Hey! What are you yelling at? Who's at the door? Love my boys. They yell sometimes. Hey! That's the affluent video game nerd. All right, we're not doing that. Here's my bibby bob, babbity booty bee. Here's my darling dear Dimothy Dabbis. She's the dearest dog on this side of Napa Valley. All right, that's the affluent video game nerd. The ambidextrous video game nerd. Ready? All right, should I play with my left hand or my right hand? Okay, let's figure out someone else. Let's see. I wonder if there's any, just Mario. Wonder if there's any Mario. Oh, well, there's Pokemon. Can't forget Pokemon. There's Pocket Monster. There's Pokemon 2000. There's Pokemon Blue, Gold, Green, Silver. And then we start getting into poker. Also, let's see. Okay, we do have Pikachu Y2K. We don't have Pikachu Y2K. Okay, we have, there's so many NES games on here. I'm just like, what am I looking at? All right, well, let's look at a Pokemon. Let's look at Pocket Monster. Yeah. That's Pocket Monster. Velvet. Yeah. Oh! Whoa! Look at this fucking tree with the grimace hole. Look at the sprites. Look at that Pikachu sprite in the top left. Look at him. Oh, he's got a line through him right now. Oh, is this that SNK game? I don't know. Hello? Can I jump on you? I can. Oh, there's the tree. It's going like, oh. That's so fucking funny. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, watch me. Let's try again. That's a cheap. That's a cheap. Hello? Nice. There's a Pokeball. Oh, I want the Pokeball. But I did. Okay. I mean, gosh dang it, man. When you see a little smiling face like that, how couldn't you collect it? Oh. Okay. That's just a devil. That's just a flying devil. This game has got nothing on one of my favorite platformers, Maya the Bee. Sweet Honey for the Game Boy Advance. Now, I know what you're thinking. Game Boy Advance comp is not fair. I agree to some degree, but, like, also, get over yourself. This is a long first level. I mean, we always take top path, right? Like, I learned from Sonic that the top path is just the objectively better path. Okay, photosensitivity warning. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Pikachu, how you doing? How you feeling, Pikachu? Pikachu's feeling happy. Pikachu is the opposite of someone who pooped in his cornflakes this morning. This is a long level, good lord. Unless this is the whole video game. It's just, what if there was an open world 2D platformer which, like, only went one direction? That's like the premise of the fucking ukulele game, the Never Infinite Lair or whatever. Where, like, the level is so long and you just get, like, more lives to complete it. Okay, well... Oh, am I back at the beginning? I'm back at the beginning. I'm back at the beginning. I'm back at the beginning. Okay, we're not doing that. That's Pocket Monster. Here's Pokemon 2000. I like the looks of this. I like what this might be. Okay. You are a Charmeleon. Okay, this is vaguely competent. You need to find your copy of Tom and Jerry. Is this Tom and Jerry? Okay, it's a run and gun with Charmeleon, our guy Charmeleon. You know, not a mascot, but I'll take it, honestly. He's a interesting choice. Inspired. I think inspired is a great way to describe this. They don't make games starring Charmeleon here in 2025, so you know what? I'll take it. Like, it's Charmander, usually. It's Charmander or Charizard, never Charmeleon. And, like, god damn it, sometimes the teenager just needs his time to shine. That Pikachu game was very reminiscent of Tom and Jerry NES? Interesting. Okay. What? Whoa! What? I don't think that's Charmeleon, guys. I do like the mountains in the background. Good sense of place. Good sense of place, good sense of belonging, good... Oh, look at that. That's really nice. And they say that Pokemon doesn't make good games for the NES. I disagree. There's no good home console Nintendo games. There's no good home console Pokemon games. Buddy, try again. It's called Pokemon 2000. Notice that Charmeleon has a stray sprite. Like, just at all times, it's a stray black sprite on Charmeleon. Just a good game. Now, who could that be? Can I jump on you? I'd like to maybe jump on you. All right. Well, I'm not gonna do this if you're just like a pain in the ass. Oh. Okay, does anyone know what game this is? That's not, like, not to be like, oh, it's Pokemon 2000. Okay, but, like, what is Pokemon 2000? Does anyone know? Interesting game. Interesting game. Is this how Vinny Vinesauce streams? I never watch Vinny Vinesauce, but does he just, like, play random shit? And, like, people and find him entertaining because of, like, the things he says, not necessarily what he plays? Okay. Okay, well, I can get behind a streaming like that. That's fun. But you gotta be, like, established to do that. You gotta be established. Alright, what's Pokemon Blue? Well, it's that. Oh, it's, what's this guy? Dog, the dastardly do-good. This isn't Pokemon. This is decidedly not Pokemon, actually. This is the opposite. You could call this almost the opposite of this. You're a dog. At least they have a sensible timer on this one, unlike Pocket Monster. In Pocket Monster, like, that level went on forever. Not so with Wacky Races. Is this Wacky Races? They got a cruising bass line for this goddamn NES song, though. I'll give them that. They seem to have figured out the music. The game moves fast enough, at least. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's something about being a dog and throwing a bomb that just really, you know, I don't know what it is, but it appeals to the gamer instinct, you know? It's like, I want to get a bone, I want to get a dog, and I want to throw a bomb, and I want to get an extra heart. You know, like, there's nothing quite like video games, friends. This is what a video game is. You're a dog, you're throwing a bomb at plastic fucking plants, jumping around, or having a gosh darn seizure, if I have anything to say for it. What? So I'm angrily barking at this dog. What is he saying? Bum. Bow. He says bow. When else do you use a bow wow to kill snails and plants and flying creatures? Only in Pokemon Blue. Only in Pokemon Blue. I like how these guys open their mouth. I like the shape of their face. I am in general a fan of, like, the triangular upper lip. Hello! Yeah, I don't fuck with you. Alright, well, it's one hit and it's dead. Alright, so I guess that was my introduction to these rabbits that respawn the moment I go off screen. Okay, so Dr. Knight over here, you know, they got knights like in chess that move around too. Not sure how this works. This is a very strange experience. Okay, that is a hole. Not immediately clear that that's a hole. Wacky Races. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know. I'm like, it's not a bad game, but it's just like every time I want to try and get up on top of this, I have to be slower, I guess. Submit this one to FPGA Tour, why don't you? Ah! Oh, Firethorn. Should I bring my Mister to fucking Magfest? Is that a thing? Should I do that? It's in like 10 days. I'm like stoked for that. Oh, he died. I'm kind of like really excited about just like going. And I have no idea what I should. You wanted to bring one. Like if it's worth bringing a Mister, I should. I could. Like, would people be like excited if I had a Mister? Is that like a thing? Like if I don't have the means to hook it up to a CRT, but if I did, like they would have that there, right? Or someone would have that there probably, right? Cuz like I'm only bringing a carry-on, so I could like just pack that. Like I trust myself enough to bring it. Still might be too niche. You're telling me I can be niche at Magfest? Oh, buddy, dude, it's over. That's like saying, like, you can have a cool thing at this gosh darn, like, cool people gathering. I mean, shit. Okay. I felt late to the Mr. Awareness party. Lol, dude, you are still early. Like, the fact that people just don't know about it. They'd rather get, like, a Retroid. They'd rather buy a fucking Analog Pocket, or the Palmer Lucky FPGA handheld. Like, the fact that people still don't know about a Mister and they'd rather buy, like, the drone metal, FPGA emulator is very funny to me. Okay. There's a chance you might not use it, but if other people's activities eat people's attention, but it's still good to have. You don't play a lot of video games at Magfest. I mean, like, I think that's fair. I just don't know, like, what usually the vibe is, you know? Like, if I should be packing that kind of thing. Because I've seen people bring, like, CRTs and GameCubes and stuff. So I don't want to, like, over-prepare, but I don't want to under-prepare neither. Like, it would be cool to bring something. Like, I don't want to just show up and be, like, hands in my pants, being like, yeah, man, I got nothing to contribute, but I can pay you, like, 15 bucks. You know, like, I want to be a contributing member to the gathering. Shit. Just show nerds who like it? Yeah. Like, I think the thing that I want to do is, like, there's a lot of people I'll be meeting for the first time there, and there's a couple people that I've, like, come with who aren't necessarily in those communities either. So it's a matter of, like, balancing friendships and friend groups, I think. Like, it shouldn't be too much, but it's just like a, you know, oh, I heard about this from so-and-so, you know? My playdate is my coffee table thing at Mag. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Whoa. It's like the thing that's like the conversation starter. God damn it. I'm very excited about it in general. I think, like, you know, it'll be good to meet up with people, because, like, you know, I'm not too weird. I'm decidedly, like, in my own spaces, but, like, I'm not a weirdo. Like, I won't make it weird, and if I do make it weird, you're allowed to kick me out of stuff. But, like, you know, I'm trying to just, like, hang around, you know? Alright, I don't need to play any more of this. Let's save the state. But yeah, like, if there is stuff that's going on, like, I would love to know. I can't offer anything in return, but, like, my friends and I are not weird. Let's put it that way. I can vouch for, my wife and my groomsmen. Let's look at, is there any Sonic? Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Spring Yard Zone. I would probably party. I think it's just a matter of, like, I gotta talk with my wife and friend about stuff. About, like, how we want to go about things. What do we think? Spring Yard Zone, yay? Nay. I think this is better than the Game Boy Advance version. I think this is better than the Sonic and Game Boy Advance version. Oh, this is horrible. I gotta download more Japanese ROM packs for the NES. I need to find the cool shit. Where's Kokorone? Like, I could totally party animal, I just haven't party animaled in a while. But, like, I'm the type of dude where in college, I completed a double Edward 40 hands. Or, like, let me rephrase. I did an Edward 40 hands with both of my hands, and I was the first one done. Is the kind of vibe. Is this supposed to be Spring Yard Zone? It is. Alright, where's Kokorone? I know I have Kokorone on here. There it is. Kokorone. And I can vouch, too, that, like, my guy, my friend who I'm bringing, he is, a party fan, too, because he, is a college sports fan, but he's a cool college sports fan. He's been on this stream a couple times. You might know him as Seth Hart VA. Kokorone! Oh! Oh! What? Wait, what? This is... They use this in a version. What? Am I learning something new today? Am I... Hold on. Is it? Oh my god, it is. That's so interesting. Okay, oh my god. I'm gonna have to play this later. Actually, I have something I need to do at 8:30. So I let time get past me. Is there someone I can raid tonight on this lovely Monday? We'll have to do this another time, I suppose. Let's see. Is there anyone we can, like, tell you all to go to? Do I know anyone? Don't know anyone personally, so that's all for tonight. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Thanks for checking out some games with me. Later.